Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm on my slow computer, so it takes me forever to do everything. I hope everybody
Hello,
had a nice
everyone.
weekend.
Yes, thank
Um,
you, Bobby.
okay, we're going to get started right away. We flipped the script a little bit today. Let me see if I can find the presentation and share my screen. Um, So Gianluca, I took it and I just remember what we talked about how we were going to switch it a little bit. I did
Mhm.
that today. So let me just share my Zoom screen here.
Okay.
Find my Zoom controls. Okay, there we go. So again, welcome everybody to the AI FAQ Hyperledger, or shall I say Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust. We have to change that screen. This is a Linux Foundation sanctioned call, so we must abide by the code of conduct, which can be found at this link. I'm sure everybody has read it before. I think I have it memorized for reading it so much. They used to make us read it at the beginning of every call, so I've read it like 100 times. But it's just basically a guideline for acting properly on a group call, especially one that is consortium based, meaning that there could be competitors from different companies on this call. So be mindful of the things you share. If you want them to be private or contained within this wiki page, that can happen too, but you just have to specify that so that everyone knows that that is something that is tight-lipped rather than open for general consumption. So if you have not read the code of conduct, please take a moment to do that. When I said that we were flipping the script a little bit, what I meant was we've been starting these calls with the business. And since, like most labs at Hyperledger, or I should say the decentralized trust, when they start from an established company. We are starting with an idea and trying to build a company in the background. So this call is supposed to be more developers and technical than really business. So instead of starting with the business side, which we were doing, and it was taking up most of the time, and we weren't getting really any traction with the development team, we're switching it today, and we're doing the development team first. So I'm going to transfer this over to Gianluca. And I think, let me see if Sarvesh is on the
Yeah,
call. Yes.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. Sarvesh, do you have a way to show us your Docker solution today?
Yeah, I just shared it with Jane only. I
Okay,
guess
well, I'm going to
I
turn
will
it over
add
to
the.
you guys.
Yeah,
So go ahead,
yeah,
Gianluca.
okay.
Okay, thank
Uh,
you.
so it's just a drive link. I will share it in the chat so everyone can see the video. Just a second.
Okay, sorry, sorry. Do you want to show your screen or start my screen and you finish the
Yes,
technical part?
you can.
Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you. Because during this weekend, I contacted Sarvash and he helped me to execute the Docker solution. I'm also preparing a short guide, but the best way I think it's to have a YouTube video, which is useful for new people who wants to try the system. And also Sarvash prepared this video that shared with me, which is also useful for to try. Very, very quick. Yeah, I created an account on AWS, and I um, I tried the version without GPU. It's possible changing something on the code that I described in that short guide, but also as I said, I would like to prepare a YouTube video. So the very first test can be um, fulfilled, can be executed uh, in only CPU, so pretty very cheaper solution, some cents, I think, I don't know. Yeah, if I want, like, we can also check the billing part. It's very cheaper, but obviously, as Sarvesh can show after me, my presentation, it's possible also to use the GPU. AWS require to increase the quotas of the GPU because as default configuration, they add some limits to that one. And just to finish, okay. When installing my system, following this instruction, okay, the code is on GitHub repo. I finished the last part is that one. Okay, no, that one. What is that one? Okay, I have that one, and the question, what is a Voyager fabric? The system replied to this response. But also we have the browser web part, the front-end part, and I also have a screenshot, which is that one. If I remember right, there is a bug that we are fixing with the front-end team. And yeah, I think I can finish here and pass the talk to the Sarvesh.
Yeah, my solution was just that the video I shared to you, Gianluca, the one
Okay.
you're running on the background. That was the solution of me. I pushed the Docker image to Docker Hub, and you can see we can access the front end and the back end through Perl and the browser.
Okay. Yeah, just the only change is that I did not pull the
Image,
on
Docker
Git,
image.
yeah, on Docker Hub, the Solardeep,
Yeah.
just that, but use that in our GitHub repo, which is pretty the same. Just change the something, and I think the best idea is to create a YouTube video with this version, and when we have the how to say the front end part, which is when we have the fix of the front end part, which connect to the background, to the backend part, we create another YouTube video using the GPU. This is my my idea.
It's just
What do you
that the
say?
front end part is ready. Just the problem that occurs is the address. Yeah. So the problem is with the
Okay.
address. So it will be fixed. Won't take that.
Okay. So, but is it available on GitHub
Yes,
or
it is
not yet?
available on the yeah, it is available on the dev branch.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So I will test this week, and I
Mhm.
will prepare the YouTube video.
Mhm. Okay. Also, can I just show my solution to the team what I was talking
Sure.
about? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
share
sure.
my screen.
Thank you.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So basically, this is just so this is just a video of I just did I just created the image and pushed it to Docker so that everyone can access it. It's just a Docker for the just, so what I did just was create a G4 instance with T4 GPU 16 GB on the AWS, created a EC2 instance of it, and then just applied this command. Yeah, this is this is the system I used. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forwarded
check it
all the
out. It
info.
works.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, check it out. It works.
Mhm. I will just get fastly through this video. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the command. I have already downloaded the image, pulled the image from the repo. That is already 46 AIFAQ. Sorry for my interview. Then all the commands were like, this is the command. Just you have to then Docker run. This is the command to run with the container with the GPUs available on the system. So it is already mentioned in the GitHub repo readme file. And yes, it takes some times, but it does all the task of downloading the Fabric documentation and all the things. If we don't have to do it manually here. Yeah. This is a big file, so it takes time. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, yeah. So now it's done. And from the postman, we made an API call of this endpoint. HTTP//43 that basically the address of the IP address of the system that the IP address of the EC2 instance with the query endpoint, and this was the results. And this was the result generated by the model, the curl request on the main branch. Same as Gianluca showed in the Lightning app, but this is from an EC2 instance in the AWS. And this was for the other endpoint, that test endpoint. So it also works. Also the front end, yeah. So the front end also renders from the same, yeah. It is a multi-stage Docker file. It has two ports exposed, one for the front end and one for the back end. Front end also renders to be the same. This was basically the demo of how the AWS, how the Docker image can be used on in the EC2 instance. That's it.
Okay, Sarvaj, my idea is to create one YouTube video very similar to yours, but your video, but adding the change to use only CPU, which is very the test root part, and and also how to ask to AWS support to increase the GPU, to change GPU quotas, enabling the GPU execution. This is my idea. And so if you want to share your video, I will prepare my video, and also I will share my video, which is will be very similar to your video, but change in the execution, because it asks the CPU instead of GPU in that case. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I can push a similar image, Docker image, which just requires the CPU, not the GPU. It would just run the test endpoint. But is the requirement? How is the requirement? Like, we need a GPU system, or is there any problem getting the GPU system?
No, yeah. If you want, I will share in 1 minute. Yeah, the change is very. Yeah. Okay, here in the Docker file, you should change that part.
Yes, of course.
With Ubuntu column 22.04. It's I think it's that image. No, that one. That one.
Yeah. This one.
Okay, that
this
one,
is the basic
and
image.
also for the second one. The second one here, and inside code. When you are in the in the root part, in the main part, you should comment this part, and conversational rag chain should be equal to object, because that part uses the GPU.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so this object should be a generic
Commit.
object.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't remember right. Some other. And when you use the here, not here, but
In the
here,
API.py.
when you execute that command, it's not without
GPU,
that
yeah.
part.
Yeah. Right.
Okay,
Right.
run dash p blah 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 until that
Yeah.
part. Yeah, I
So
will
I will
prepare the
just,
video.
yeah.
Yeah, if you agree, I will prepare you. I will share with you, and
Yeah.
after that, we will share with other people on
Sure,
chat.
I got it. So it's just a thing that I will update the, I will just create one more image without GPU. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing, but just without GPU, the one you showed in the starting of the video, that you just ran
Okay.
these commands and you did. Yeah. So the same thing, but with Docker without GPU.
Okay. Using the Docker pool.
Yeah,
Okay.
Docker pull, but without GPU. Current version is
Okay.
for GPU. The other version would not be for GPU.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I think about if I don't know if there are some other part about the
I would also
that
like to
part.
solve about the front end issue that you highlighted. I would try to solve it that also. So we can just show how
Okay.
the front end part renders the response on the same Docker image.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think we should finish about the dev part, if I remember right. Use the last part is that one and that one. Okay. Yeah. Stop
I have
my.
a question, Gianluca.
Yes, please. Sorry.
Uh, the main concern here is we running a single image. Is that
Mhm.
right? And it contain the entire front end and the back end. So, th- my proposed solution is we just make two different Docker image and create a compose file, and we
Y-
run the front end in the different. It means in the different server for CDN content delivery network rather than just running on the EC2 or ECR.
Yeah, I think it's the best solution. It's an improvement of the system. In my opinion, in the very first version, we should prepare the easiest, the smartest version without account and users, without database, without when the system works and all people can check. And then we should add improvement in I don't know, using microservices architecture, which is the best solution, using I don't know, like user account databases and so on. So I think the very first step is to prepare the how to install the system on the AWS, and everyone will test the system, will try the system. After that step, we can add improvement, which kind of improvement we want. This is my opinion.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Other question? Okay, I think I'd like to thank everything, everyone in the team, Sardip, Sarvesh, Jacqueline, and also Sabratik, and so on, because we are pretty close to the last step of the first version of the prototype. So I think in the next weeks we are ready with a first version for other people. Okay, will you post video? Yes, Bobby, I will prepare a video when I have the idea. When I have a video and we are sure that the front-end part and the back-end part are connected and can be used in CPU or GPU version. It depends on people who wants to test. So we can do that. And the difference between the two version is that with CPU we cannot use our model. So it's just a test. The system replies to just a small set of questions, which are that one. Yeah, in CPU we can ask the system will reply only to that question. It's only to test, but the system will require the GPU. In that case, we will send a request to AWS. I've done in last weekend, and also we have to pay. We know that I think the cheapest solution costs $1 per hour. I don't know, but we can also we can switch on and switch off when finish the use. Okay, I don't know, Bobby. Do you want to share your
Yep, I'm
screen? You
ready.
want to?
I'm just my
Thank
the
you.
system I have. If you do me a favor, Gianluca, can you take a screenshot of who's here? I'm still trying to type their names in because this computer Windows isn't working for me.
Oh,
So I'm just
okay.
going to let you do that because I've been sitting here for
Sure.
5 minutes trying to find a snippet tool that works on this decrepit
Yeah,
computer.
sure.
And again, I promise this is going to be a little slow because my good computer is getting fixed. It was blue screening because of a Windows update. And I think I wasn't the only person who had this. It had to go back to the shop to get reinstalled. So I'm a little depressed at that. But I have my old trusty computer that we all know and love. So this is the business part of the discussion. We have a few things to go over. I'm going to start with the education piece. So again, all this stuff with these YouTube videos and these user guides and helpful ebooks that we're going to be creating to support this project. Because again, it's great to have the system up and working, but if an end user can't pick it up, understand it, and use it, it's not worth anything. So we have to make it so people can use this. So our education section is broken out initially into who would be the people who need it, and what would be the types of medium that this education endeavor would look like. So there's a lot of different things. I focused this week on the ebooks, Kindle Create, and I've been listening to videos on Kindle Create. Right now, the trend in the marketplace is these short ebooks. And when I was listening to the course on this, they suggest, now this is bizarre, that you have 30,000 words, maybe a little bit more, probably no less, if you want to get a short ebook that people will pick up. The trend is because people aren't working on their attention spans anymore to make them large. People don't read large books. They don't buy large books anymore. They don't, unless they want it as a gift for their library, they really are reading things online. So we're going to do ebooks, and the ebooks they suggest would be short Kindle books, no more than 30,000, around 30,000 words. So with our ebook strategy that we've been developing, come on, you can do it. There you go. We created 3 short ebooks because if we tried to put all of this into one book, it would be well over 30,000 words. They also say that you price these books once you get them on the Kindle Create thing, very affordable. So for a technical book like ours, for around 30,000 words, they are suggesting the $4.99 price point. They say the $2.99 price point is Death Valley, between $1.99 and $2.99. For some reason, nobody buys at that price. 99 cents is the biggest seller. You make less commission, or we'd make less commission. And I don't think devaluing our technology at 99 cents is worth it. I think we can go and support, I think we can support a $9.99 book, but let's try. They say start out small with your first book. Make sure it's part of a series, because if people want to, if they enjoy the first book, they're going to want to get the second and the third right away. So it should be available all at the same time, and you should market the ebooks. So we decided that this would be the format for our 3 ebooks. I started on the foundations of AI. I didn't get very far, but I did get a little, this is going to work. I can just go to the, hold on, let me just pull it up on the other screen. Oh, there it is. Let me drag it over. Okay. So again, this is the logo that we have. If anybody comes up with a better one, we'd be really happy. I'm just writing a course overview. This is an AI generated picture of myself. What do you think? I lost 40 years in the picture. I'm just joking. That's not staying there. I just thought that was very fascinating.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
sorry,
never looked so good. What?
yeah, I think you don't share your screen
yeah.
if
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm sitting here talking to my screen's not shared. Oh my goodness, how embarrassing. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the ebook. Again, this is the logo that we kind of have, but if anybody comes up with one better, that's great. Here is the course overview. I am working on making this. It hasn't been edited. I just started writing it. Again, this is the AI generated me, which I really like. I wish there was a pill I could take to go back there, but unfortunately, there's not. And again, that's just a joke. So the prerequisites and the book length, again, between 30,000 and 60,000. I'd like to keep it closer to the 30,000. This is the first ebook, or just these 4 topics. Again, I think 30,000 words is a little light for this, but if we can do it, they say that you should make each point powerful, to the point, and no fluff. So get your concepts and your ideas out right away, and that's it. Clearly define them and move on. There's no at 30,000 words, there's really no puff in the document. So again, this is just the introduction. I'm encouraging everyone to, where were we? Here. Again, this is the link. I'm not sure why it didn't work for my computer, but if somebody wants to test that and see if you can get to that Google Drive, what I'm going to be doing next week is setting that document up with these 3 categories. And again, if anybody wants to take a stab at these the sections of this first ebook, it would be great. Peter had to leave the meeting, so we'll touch base with him later. I just saw that in the chat. So again, we're going to do the history and evolution of AI. I think I started writing this a while ago. Let me just see if I can find a little idea of where it is, because I got really, really confused because there was a lot of history. And I was like, okay. So I tried to, I'm not going to find it yet. I have a document which starts with the history and evolution of AI that I seriously sat down and wrote. So it's not like a GP, it's not a chatbot generated thing. But there was too much information and I was starting to get confused. So I stopped. So a fresh set of eyes on that. I will post what I've done onto this document. This document here, which we just shared here, and put the information that I have on the end of this document, so that we can keep writing. And if anybody wants to take a stab at it, please, I'm just doing this because it needs to get done. But I would love other people's inputs on this. So again, let's go to the wiki page. If you sign up for history of AI or basic concepts and terminology, or the landscape, that's going to be a tough one because the landscape is changing so fast. But again, maybe categorize it first and then maybe talk about the landscape. And when we get this one done, we're just going to move right on to the next one. Again, if anyone has, I think Gianluca, you signed up to start the core principles of AI. If you just, again, this is going to be a simple ebook. So if you just, even Gianluca, just want to put 3 topics there that we can expand on, that would be great. So that's how that's going to work. And they'll each have their own document. So we're just going to focus on the foundations first. If that's okay with everybody, if anybody has any issues with that, please let me know. If not, I'd love to see people adding, whether you do it right on this wiki page, if you want to put your stuff right down here instead of on the Google Drive, whatever, just, appreciate any topics, any writers out here. And if you're not writing, don't worry, we're going to use you as an editor and a test reader. So everybody will get a chance to interact with these ebooks to get our teams, our name on them. And again, please, if you're working on these, feel free to put your real picture, not an AI generated picture, here under authors, so I know who is someone I can tap to question or ask issues for. I keep going back to that picture because it's so good. It's so vain of me, but I can't help it. So again, any work on these would be really appreciated. Getting back to the Founders Institute. So I know Gianluca probably can speak on this, but what he has done,
Yeah.
and we're very proud of him. You want to talk about the Founders Institute for a sec?
Yes, sure. Yeah, just a question about the ebook. My idea is to write the first, the first chapter, like the machine learning and deep learning explained, and after that, I'd like to share with you and other people to have feedback about if the first machine learning and deep learning explained. I'd like to write this chapter and to share with you and other people in order to receive feedback. I don't know if
That's great.
before
If you want to,
to
yeah, because this is going to be the second book. So like just I did a document, fundamentals of AI technology, and shared it on the wiki page if you want to do the same, or if you just want to add it to the end of this document, because I do have all three in the outline. Because again, I'm used to writing massive online courses, so this is difficult to try to concise this down to 30,000 words. So when I first did the first three, I'm like, there's no way this is. I have to put it all down here. So yeah, just please put it up there, and next week, whatever's written, anybody who wants to write, get it on the wiki page or this document, and we'll go over it. We'll assign an editor next week to someone to reread it, work with you. So we'll get this down, and it should be.
Yeah, if you agree, the machine learning and deep learning explained, I will write on wiki page in order to share with all people who wants to read it.
And if that I was debating this morning, actually doing the same thing. So what I'll do is I will put I'd rather work on the wiki page. It's a lot easier. I don't like Google Drives. I can't find it very.
Sorry, just the first chapter.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna put.
One.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the introduction on this page. So you would do it here, Gianluca, on
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
Yep,
yes,
and I'll
correct.
put mine on 1. And anybody who wants to handle this next 2 topics.
Yeah. Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So these are, each one would have a page, and I will add the course outline. It's not a course outline, the book outline on this page, so that if you want, I'm assuming that was Tripur. I didn't look to see who was talking, but it sounded like Tripur. If you want to handle these 2, that would be great.
Understanding the basic technology and concepts, and AI landscape types and categories. Okay, I will work on
that. Would be awesome. And then we can get moving on that. So any more questions about the ebooks? Now with this pivoting a little into the conversation of the Founders Institute. So Gianluca, we're very proud of him. He's stepped up and he has entered this Founders Institute. And what it is it's going to take our company or Gianluca's company or whatever we decide it's going to look like at the end, and teach us how to build a proper business around this concept. And again, I think that right now, for lack of a business name or whatever, use Ledger Academy. That's what I'm doing. But once we come up with a name during the Founders Institute, they're walking Gianluca through how to build a company each week, step by step. So when it comes to, I guess, the marketing and the branding, we're really going to have to sit down and figure out, we liked Nexus, but that's I didn't do a trademark search yet, but it's probably, but I'm sure the Founders Institute will help us determine that information. So in the meantime, if you need anything, just use Ledger Academy and we'll move on from there. So let's go to talk about the Founders Institute and let Gianluca, he goes to the sessions. I have been at the sessions, but I will not be able to make this Wednesday because hopefully I will be holding my new granddaughter, but she's headed to the hospital now. So keep your fingers crossed. I might have a new grandbaby soon. That would be great. So anyway, so we went through, and again, Gianluca, you could talk about these. We went through these first 2 sessions already, and Wednesday night is this session.
Yes,
So go
correct.
ahead, Gianluca. I went to vision and mission first.
Yeah, I think if we also encourage other people to join the program, they have enough time, or it's expired the
Did
the
I put the link?
application.
Yeah, everyone is invited to these Wednesday 6 o'clock in the evening Eastern Daylight Time calls. Did I put I thought I put the link somewhere. On this page above the pitch deck, I'm going to put the Zoom link for that meeting. So for the Founders Institute meeting, we checked. Everyone on this call is invited under Gianluca's entrance to listen to these. So what it is they have a couple of founders. Gianluca's not the only one. There's a couple, and they're not all technical projects. So you might be a little bored if you're really into technology, because these are other businesses too that are, some are technology based, but a lot of, some of them aren't. So the founders each give their pitch. Are you up to pitch this week, Gianluca?
No, I have hot set pitch, which means I'm preparing. The hot set pitch means a short video, 1 minute video, when you explain your idea and which kind of problem it try to solve, and something about how to solve it. Yeah, awesome. I think I also shared something here. I have a video, a YouTube video that I can add to that one.
Perfect. Yeah, just throw it on this wiki page. That would be great.
Yeah, in each, for example, in the second, in customer development, I will add here. Yeah, there.
I went to the first one first. My computer, it's going to take 2 minutes to get back. There you go. So I did take a crack at the lean canvas with a chat bot. So on that session 1, we might want to look at that. I put this up here. I went to so the reason why I am successful at Hyperledger is because people trusted in me to take on these projects, and I stepped up, just like Gianluca's stepping up, and everybody on this call is stepping up. This was something that came out of the last meeting. So I put it on the wiki page, Gianluca. I don't know if that.
It's important. The background, the general idea is that the most important thing to start one project and to have success is to have feedback from users, from the potential user, from the customer archetype, from the buyer persona. So we are lucky because we are in a community. We can ask people to have a meeting and to ask them questions about which is the hardest problem they have, for example, for developers and so on. So it's very important. But at the same time, I think in the next sessions, we will talk about the revenue model. And for open source project, it's important to create a business model which is related to open source. I'm investigating something about that, and there are 2 or 3 models, very common models. One is the open source core models. It means that we can provide free code, but at the same time we can offer like training or books or consulting, or for example for companies that will ask us specific feature, they will pay. So the standard core, it's free, but if companies want some specific feature, they will pay. So the revenue model can be related to different parts. One is the training, ebooks, but the other part also for paying features if company wants to customize the system. And in the first session, mentors talk about the vision, and our vision, I think it's related to the how to change, how to have different, I don't know, like developers guide, and related to AI. So how to AI can help us in changing the users and developers guide and documentation more in general. And so it's very important. And the next step is to have as more as possible feedback from developers and users. So we will schedule a meeting. Bobby, do you remember that we have an email from David?
Yes, I have that. Hold on, let me get to that section. Where are we? Committees, business.
And so it's very important to contact users and software users and software developers in order to have feedback related to our system. And the question is, what is the hardest problem that users or developers has when used, I don't know, when they write code and so on, which is the hardest problem.
Yes, I put that somewhere. I don't know. So I put it under competition. Where would competition be? Not really sure. Maybe business plan. So what Gianluca is talking about is David Boswell emailed us and said that in the community, there's two other projects. One is Identis, and I forget the name of the other one, that are kind of doing the same thing we're doing. So we're going to set up a meeting, and again, we'll invite everyone to the meeting with them to discuss their solutions. So we're kind of doing that. We're your best friend, but your competition kind of thing. So we're going in as your best friend, but we're stealing all your information to make our tool better. But we don't tell them that. So we're going to set up that meeting to have with the community. And then from that meeting, I think what we will do, and I'm going to go to marketing because that's where I put all these things and I don't want to lose this thought, is that we can set up what is better known in the community as workshops. People love workshops. So in that case, we can invite, let me just, invite the community to a series of workshops, and I'll set these up and get these. Oh, what am I writing? Oh, okay. Wrong spot. Didn't even notice. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Sorry. So we'll invite the community to a series of workshops that we'll create for the purpose of, one, testing the system, and two, feedback. So I can set these up. When do you think would be a good time, Gianluca? In a week or two, will you have something where we can give them the YouTube video, walk them through it, have them set it up? Again, this presentation, if anyone on the call wants to take the lead in creating this, so I don't have to, raise your hand or just, put your name here under the series of workshops and, start creating an idea on what the structure of this workshop would look like. So that's what we're going to, one of the things, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. One of the things we have to do is create the workshops. So again, a technical person might be better than me because I'm not really set up to create that kind of curriculum right now. So we'll
I think it's just to, we have a note in our project plan that plans the project demonstration for stakeholder or to gather feedback, reflect on project process, blah, 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 in November. I know it's too late.
Oh, no. We can do it. I think if you guys are ready, it would just be a matter of you being able to lead the people through the workshop. I'm thinking of possibly, let me see something. The best way to hit this would be to hit the maintainers meeting. And I don't know when the next one of those is. So the
October.
maintainers, is it October?
Yeah, in October.
So if we could have like 5 minutes to market this workshop at that call, I think that would be our best bet to get the people we want to target for this.
Okay, perfect.
Hold on, let me see when that meeting is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's around 20.
Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
I think 21st or 22nd of October.
Okay, so if it should be on the calendar of public meetings. If we set up the workshop for maybe October 28th or 29th, I'm not sure what day of the week that is. We could, make sure that the maintainers show up. It's the end of the month, October. Ooh, I didn't know they had their own call. Tuesday, are they on this Tuesday? So this is the competition. Are they every other week? They're every other week. Oh no, they're every week. So maybe Tuesday, tomorrow. I'm going to put this on the wiki page. That could be, Gianluca, we could just go to that call tomorrow if we want, instead of setting up a separate call for, you know what I mean? Instead of calling them and saying, can we have time? We can just jump on that call tomorrow. And I most likely will be able to do that. I don't think the baby's coming that quick, but we'll see. And I'll put that under our networking, so everybody has that link, because anybody. So this is a competition. This is the Besu and Consensus people doing the same thing we're doing in the Hyperledger community. So if we want, and this is something I have to do next HubSpot.
So I will let Fayad know about that we will jump in the call.
Yes.
And not okay.
Okay, let me just. So there's the information for the call. I'm not sure if that 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. is Mountain Time or whatever, but check the public calendar for your time zone. And I think that's probably 10 o'clock. I'm not sure in the morning here. So this is a call that I'm going to hop on, and hopefully everybody else can hop on, which would be great. So that is the networking piece. I know that, Gianluca, you have for the Founders Institute on Wednesday to talk about the revenue. Again, I put the Hyperledger solution and the AI FAQ chatbot into ChatGPT and asked for a plan for a revenue model. And this was the suggestion of the 4 different institutes or 4 different sectors we should focus on for our consulting. And here's what they suggested. I will go through this and make it work for us. Again, this is a lot of information we probably don't need. But it does give key metrics for success, which is good. So if anybody, again, wants to go through this, I can always see if somebody's edited the pages up here. So next week, if you've edited this page because you have a better idea on how to get a revenue model, knock yourself out. If not, I'll work on it. And hopefully we'll have, and again, this is just for a basis for what Gianluca is going to do on Wednesday at the Founders Institute. So the class or the information session on Wednesday night with the Founders Institute is going over revenue models. And I just put this here to help Gianluca get an idea of how we can attack the Hyperledger community. And if this model works, we can bring this model not only to the Hyperledger community or the decentralized trust community, we can maybe get a visibility in the Linux Foundation and Consensus as well. So hopefully we can target the community and really get some traction out of that. I didn't think I did. I did vision and mission. I think I put a lean canvas. Yeah. So here's some information for lean canvas. Again, chat GBT generated, has to be gone through. It could be put in a little graph like this if you want, whatever. But here's some general information on our lean canvas. And a lean canvas is a tool that business people use just to define their goals and what they're offering. It's great when you have an idea in your head, but until you do things like a lean canvas, you really don't see the pathway to achieve that goal. So these are just tools. Don't get too hung up on you have to know what a lean canvas. You don't have to know any of these business tools. They're just guides for us. But I did that in the first one. And then the second session was customer development, which again, we're going to attack these communities. And these were the presentations and the information that I got out of that session. And here are some direct customers that I was going, we can target when we decide how to do that with our either test read the ebooks or be a tester for the project. And again, hopefully this will be very successful. So that's it about the Founders Institute. So for the Founders Institute, if you want to be a part of this, I know this is a technical call and this is definitely the business section, but if you want to be a part of it, we have the, I put it somewhere, I forget where I put it. The link will be on this page before the end of the day. And here are the 3 sessions, and Wednesday is the revenue session. We will also go over, I think I put it there, didn't I?
Yeah, just right now.
Yes, there it is. So that's the link if you want to attend session 3, which is again 6 p.m. Wednesday evening. And we will join the community call for Identis tomorrow. That's on the public calendar. So moving along in the business, we have, I know we're running out of time. I just have one more thing I need to talk about, which is HubSpot. So now that we're getting these connections and everything, I need to sign everybody up who wants to be responsible for customer management on HubSpot as an editor. And another thing I intend to do, so I have 2 HubSpot set up. And if anybody else is familiar with HubSpot and wants to take the lead, we need to customize. I apologize for my computer again. We need to customize HubSpot so that, like I'll put your emails here to make you a super admin so that you can change this. What I want to work on this weekend is, and again, and I put a few people in HubSpot already. My computer is so bad. Oh, come on. It's like torture for me. I want to change the categories. So again, in our business section under education, who we're focusing this on, we have different types of clients. So I don't want that. I want the dashboard. So what I want to do is redefine the categories, because these categories are set up for marketing sprints, and that's not what we want. We want this to hold all our contacts. So for instance, David Boswell would be a contact, and he would be a decentralized trust or hyperledger contact. He is, probably going to fit many categories, whereas someone from Accenture, and I'll get names from those people as well, or Accenture or whatever company, they're going to be clients. And so we need to set up this, not dashboard, but set up the customer management system with categories that make sense to us. And that's what I'm going to, this is not what I wanted. That's what I'm going to try to work on this week. And if anybody else is familiar with HubSpot and can help me, let me know, take the lead. Just, this is not what I wanted. All right, HubSpot's not working for me, so I'm probably going to not work on this, but I'm going to work on it, but I'm not going to do it right now. So the categories show up, and I want to set them up as, I'll show you. Go back to the business committee. Oh my God, my computer is so slow. Hello. I'm going to gray screen in a second. I know it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could you invite us using HubSpot?
Yes, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's where that's where this whole point was going. But I just wanted to show the target audience. So we will have categories in HubSpot with these topics so that we know or further define for our uses, but kind of like the developers will be one group, the decision makers, or industry professionals will be another group. So the people we're marketing our product to, the people who are helping develop it, they'll each have a category. So where did I put that? Probably under. I can't find it. I had a HubSpot set up. Let me see where I fit for people to put their email addresses. That's not it. Okay, where did I put it? So if you put your email address either in the chat right now, I will add you to HubSpot. That's not where I put it. I'm sorry, this is probably networking would make the most sense. So on the networking page, I do like to leave the links for the meetings. Here is the meeting for tomorrow. Yep, there it is. So if you want to help with HubSpot management or add clients to HubSpot or have anything to do with HubSpot, I want to make you an admin. So just put your name and your email and I will plop y'all in as admins. And then you can, maybe help me create the categories, what you think they would be, put people in if you know anyone who's a prospect, someone, maybe a company you've worked with before or whatever, put them in, and we'll figure out how to define that. This is just a conference I put in here. Again, I come across these things. I think people might want this. Again, this is more for Gianluca. It's startup training series. It starts October 1st. It's 2 hours. Oh, that's it. Might be in person. Oh, never mind. That's in person. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. And I'm not going to be in Philly that week. I'll be holding my new grandbaby. So where were we? I didn't. Okay. So if you put your name in HubSpot, you can help me edit that, and I would really appreciate that. That would be a big help. So 3 things happening this week. One is tomorrow with the iDentist people. 2 is the Founders Institute meetup. And I forget the 3rd thing, maybe is in this dev post challenge. Does anybody have any information on this NVIDIA challenge? Are we joining this? Did we enroll? Are there? Do you know if we signed up for this competition or anything? I know somebody did something.
Yeah, I did. I see. I don't know if Sapradik has. Yeah, just.
Well, if somebody wants to work on this so we can join this hackathon, I don't know if it would be beneficial. So Patrick?
Hello, Bobby, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit, Sapradik.
Yeah, actually, I was working like enrollment. There are 2 requirements which I needed, like a YouTube video link, and there are also few more requirements. So I need to actually fill this up, and then I can actually submit that.
Okay. And anything you do, please put on this page so that I know that we have to talk about it next week.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. We're over time. I want to see if there's anything else. And the only thing we didn't talk about really was the mentorship program. Jacqueline, do you have any questions or is there anything you need from us to complete your mentorship?
I'm not sure. Probably there's nothing I need at this point.
Okay, perfect. And Kasha, did you have something to say? I saw you came off mute.
I'm sorry?
Anshika, I was just wondering if Anshika had anything to say. She had come off mute. Nope. All right. If anybody has any questions or any ideas, please raise your hand now or reach out with email. And hopefully, again, this week I might not be in some of the meetings. Depends on, again, if I'm in the hospital with my daughter or not. So I will be available by email. I will have my computer with me. but I might, be busy during certain times, so I won't be able to show up. But I intend to be at all of the events if I can. So I'll hopefully see you there. Anything else? Everybody, and I just want to thank everybody. This team is really coming together fabulously. We're anybody has any issues, please reach out to either me or Gianluca and we will solve them. We want this group to keep moving forward. This could be a great opportunity for everybody if, we see it through to the end, which I'm committed to. So I hope and appreciate everybody who's on the call. So have a great week and hopefully we'll see you in these meetings.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Thank you, Gianluca, and everybody and thank you for your presentation, Sarvesh, and let's see what happens this week. So everybody have a good week. And if you have any questions, please reach out.
Have a nice week, Bobby. Thank you.
You too. I'm going to have a
Bye,
grandbaby.
everyone.
Yes,
congratulations.
I'm going to hold a new person soon. She's in the hospital. Anyway, yeah, it's exciting. So I will talk to everyone soon.
Thank you. Bye.